Hello, Kathy. Good morning. Are you there?
Hello, teacher. Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for being here. It's well, I don't know. I was expecting the other people, the other guys, but I think it's just you now. Besides, we have Lupita, and Alejandra.
Yes.
I think you're
Yesterday I
just three.
don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday I don't. Uh, I don't in
You
conversation.
didn't?
I don't. I didn't present in the class because I don't have. I don't have it in internet.
Oh, you didn't have your internet?
No. I how do you say energy lose
Energy or power?
power.
Usually, power is used like saying electricity. You can say power.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Okay.
said login. I didn't log in. Login is
Didn't
also
know.
verb or log. I
Okay.
logged in yesterday. So it's part of the new.
Okay.
Guys, it's another
Thank
verb. Well, no, but it's okay. Yesterday, who was here? You were here, no, was Alejandra. All right, I was checking and we were working, we were doing yesterday. Give me 1 second. Okay, first thing, remember today is the last day of the week. It's Tuesday. And Tuesday, today's 10? Yes, it's June 10. June 10, 2021. Um, so how do you feel so far, Kathy, about the classes?
I don't understand. What do you
Sorry?
say?
How do you feel? What do you think, or how do you feel, or what's your opinion about the classes, the English classes? Have you been learning something? Have you been progressing?
Yes, I progressing. Um, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you feel comfortable with the classes, if the classes are not boring, if you're okay, I mean, you must feel something when you take the classes. You say, okay, I'm gonna take an English, my English class is because it's 9 and 9, so it's kind of early, and you're always busy with school.
Yes, sometimes uh, I don't have the time or the opportunity to um, let in,
Yes.
really, and because I have este school stuff.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes it's difficult, uh, and sometimes I gonna choose between both.
Oh, okay, okay.
Is the only reason I have, but uh, but the class is good. Um, Maybe sometimes it's little slow because the other classmate,
Your
yes,
classmates, yes.
didn't let in.
Uh,
Um,
they don't log in
uh-huh,
because,
log
yeah,
in.
Yeah, it sometimes happen. Not every day is the same. So every day we can do we do one activity. Another class might be different, and we do something different. Maybe it's just you, like today. Tomorrow maybe it's you, Lupita, and Alejandra. Well, actually, this is the shortest group, the smallest group I have. Because I think Luis and Flor, they are not here anymore. So they
Mm.
dropped. I think Luis was working with a campaign, a political campaign with some politicians or something like that. That's what he told me. Flor is not coming back anymore for now. It was, she was just taking lessons because she wanted to learn English because she's moving. I think she's moving to the United States, or she's visiting her family in the United States. Anyway, thank you for being here. Let's review what we have done so far. So we are in Unit 3. We saw this healthy stuff, remember? Activities or things we do to stay healthy, like as you see in the different pictures. So we learned some vocabulary, and we have been working with the simple present and the present continuous. Let's do it fast. We saw lesson A already. We already saw lesson A, healthy life, healthy living. We already checked the grammar. And our next lesson that we started yesterday is about aches and pains. This is related. This is related. This is related to the healthy living, right? If we don't eat well, if we don't have a healthy style, um, I mean, we don't exercise, we eat no good food or spicy food, for example, or junk food. Then we have aches, right? Aches and pains. Sometimes it's because it's the age. Sometimes it's because you're not eating well, etc. So you said, Kathy, you weren't here yesterday, right? Kathy,
Yes. And
you
yes,
weren't
I
here
don't have.
yesterday, right? If you weren't here yesterday, I'm gonna play it again. Alejandra, I think Alejandra is here. Hello, Alejandra.
Hello, teacher. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, let's listen one more time. And then, please, Kathy, pay attention. Well, you weren't here yesterday. We did this yesterday.
Page 24, Lesson B, Aches and Pains. 1. Building vocabulary. A. Listen and say the sentences. Do you have any of these problems right now?
I have a fever. I think I'm getting the flu.
I have a bad cough. I'm coughing a lot.
I have a stomach ache. I often get stomach aches.
I have a toothache.
I hardly ever get headaches, but I have one now. I have a cold and a sore throat. I get a lot of colds.
I feel sick. I often get sick when I eat shellfish. I have allergies. I'm sneezing all the time and my eyes itch. Achoo.
Okay, please check the vocabulary for all these aches, pains, or health problems. We have fever, bad cough, stomachache. Please don't say, well, you, sometimes they confuse the stomach ache, toothache, headaches, you see, the guy, a cold, a sore throat. When you feel sick, it's because there's something wrong, right? Something wrong with your body. Allergies. Of course, sneezing is a verb. To sneeze, achoo, that's to sneeze. Well, that was part of the vocabulary. Okay. Do you have any questions about this vocabulary, Kathy and Alejandra?
No.
No, teacher.
Okay,
No,
because
teacher.
you're seeing the, well, you already listened to the audio and you are seeing the pictures. So that's easy to understand. We have more problems, more health problems. We'll see more vocabulary in a bit. Okay, the next exercise, this lesson is very short. Speak naturally, contrast. What's the matter? Do you have a cold? No, I have headache. You know, I feel terrible. That's too bad. I hope you feel better. Thanks. Listen and repeat the conversation. Notice how stress shows the contrast between headache and cold and between better and terrible. Headache and cold. Do you have a cold? No, I have a headache. This is stress. Okay, give me 1 second. Let's listen and repeat.
Page 24. 2. Speaking naturally. Contrasts. A. Listen and repeat the conversation above. Notice how stress shows the contrast between headache and cold, and between better and terrible.
What's the matter? Do you have a cold?
No, I have a headache. I feel terrible.
That's too bad. I hope you feel better.
Thanks.
Okay. Do you see the intonation, the stress? What's the matter? Do you have a cold? No, I have a headache. Headache is rising a little bit. I feel terrible. That's too bad. I hope you feel better. Thanks. I feel terrible. I hope you feel better. You see how the sounds increase in headache and terrible, and it goes down on better and cold. Let's listen again.
Page 24. 2. Speaking naturally. Contrasts. A. Listen and repeat the conversation above. Notice how stress shows the contrast between headache and cold, and between better and terrible.
What's the matter? Do you have a cold?
No, I have a headache. I feel terrible.
That's too bad. I hope you feel better.
Thanks.
Okay, let's repeat. One and one, Alejandra. Kathy, please, question and answer. Let's
What's
practice,
the
please.
matter? Do you have a cold? Ahí contesta Alejandra.
No, I have a headache. I feel terrible. That's too bad. I
That's,
hope you. That's too bad. I hope you feel better. Thank you.
what's the matter? Do you have a cold? That's Kathy. Alejandra, no, I have a headache. I feel terrible. Kathy, that's too bad. I hope you feel better. Alejandra, thanks. It's a conversation, remember. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, one more time, please. But try to give the intonation here, the stress. No, I have a headache. I feel terrible. I feel terrible. That's too bad. I hope you feel better. Do you have a cold? No, I have a headache. En headache y terrible como que levantan un poquito más el volumen, pero en cold y en better lo bajan un poquito. Una palabra. Headache, terrible, cold, better. You notice? One more time, Kathy.
What's the matter? Do you have a cold?
No, I have headache. I feel terrible.
That's too bad. I hope you feel better.
Thanks.
All right, cool. Okay, let's continue. This is just for practice speaking. You had more health problems here? Here? Feel run down?
No, no, I don't.
I have a toothache, for example. I have an upset. If you have it now, for example, if you have it now, this is just grammar. I mean, vocabulary. I have, or you say I have. This is when you have it at the moment. I have a bad cough. Or when you are getting sick, that is coming, you said I get, or I am getting. Like, or like here, I feel run down. I feel run down. Do you understand this one? Run down. I feel run down. Is when you don't have energy, you feel like weak, feel like you are getting sick and you don't have you feel weak. That's to feel run down. You feel tired. You just want to sleep. You have feel sore, same, like you have some kind of pain on your body, like somebody hit you to get a toothache. toothache, to get an upset stomach, to have a bad cough, have a headache. Remember, we talked about that yesterday? Headache. Have a runny nose. Have a sore throat. Have a sore throat. When you have a sore throat, you usually have honey, right? Honey and lemon or lime. That's a home remedy. This is just part of the vocabulary. I tell you this because I need you to practice a conversation. You, Katy and Alejandra, practice a conversation using different health problems. Besides this one, besides the one you see here, you have more. Practice this one, please. What's the matter? Do you have a fever? Do you have a cough? Do you feel sick? Yes? Use different problems, health problems. So that should be, let's see, a conversation between Katy and Alejandra with this exercise. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, please, let's do it. Let's go to the breakout rooms. This is just, remember, this is just a speaking practice, okay? Everything in English. All right, are you back? Hello? Katy, Alejandra, are you there? Katy,
Yes,
Alejandra,
teacher.
yes, you're back. All right, cool. Let's see. Well, that was just a speaking practice. Now we have a different exercise here. Well, it's building language. So we're going to practice a bit with a conversation, but first you need to listen what Nora wants. What does Nora want to make for Ken? Practice the conversation, right? Remember, we are talking about health problems. So she's gonna talk about home remedies, something that your mom or someone, your sister or someone does to you, right? When you're sick, they try to find a solution. Remember, that's a home remedy, right? Remedy is a solution. If we talk about when you're sick, well, we have different options. Let's listen to these guys, please. And then we're gonna see. Katy, are you there? Katy?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. because I hear a noise to you were out. So please pay attention. Okay.
Page 25. 3. Building language. A. Listen. What does Nora want to make for Ken? Practice the conversation.
Hello?
Hi, Ken. How are you feeling?
Awful. I still have this terrible cold.
That's too bad. Are you taking anything for it?
Just some cold medicine.
I never take that stuff when I have a cold. But if I get a really bad cold, I drink hot vinegar with honey. I can make you some.
Oh, no thanks. I don't feel that bad.
Okay, let's practice, please. Alejandra, you're Ken. Kathy, you're Nora, please. Go ahead. Alejandra, are you there? I think Alejandra is not here. Just this is you, Kathy. Alejandra left. She might have some problems with the internet. Okay, Kathy, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, you are Nora. I'm gonna be Ken for now. Hello?
Hi, Ken. How are you feeling?
Awful. I still have this terrible cold.
That's too bad. Are you taking anything for it?
Just some cold medicine.
I never take that stuff when I have a cold. But if I get a really bad cold, I drink hot vinegar with honey. I can make you some
Yes, this is vinegar.
vinegar.
Vinegar, right. Oh, thanks. I don't feel that bad. Okay, in this conversation, Kathy, you have to pay attention on some of these expressions or some of these words. Like, um, I never take that stuff when I have a cold. If I get if if I get really if I get a really bad cold, etc. So we're going to see this when and if later. Good. Next exercise, please. Scramble the sentences below. Are the sentences true for you? Okay, try to fix it. Try to put it in order. You have number one.
And when I have a cold, I take medicine.
Yes, when I have a cold, I take medicine. Or I take medicine when I have a cold, right?
Yes.
Number two.
I make hot tea with lemon. Uh, if I have the flu. Or if I had the flu, I take hot, hot tea with lemon.
Yes. Let me write down this one. When I have a cold, When I have a cold, comma, I take medicine, right? I take medicine when I have a cold. In this one, you see the first one, when I have a cold, comma, I take medicine. I take medicine when I have a cold. You don't need a comma. It's the same meaning, but the punctuation is different. Let's say in the second sentence. Let me see. If I have the flu, I make hot tea, right? I make hot tea if I have the flu. But the first one sounds better. If I have the flu, I make hot tea, right? Because that's the reason. If I have the flu, I make hot tea. When I have a cold, I take medicine. So you first mention the problem, and then after that, you mention the remedy. Let's see what happened here. This is a grammar. This is the same I explained to you. Joining classes with if and when. So that should be the main topic. That's what I mentioned yesterday, as well as today. Joining classes with if and when. Okay, let's listen first. Listen first to this part, and then we'll discuss it.
Page 25. 4. Grammar. Joining clauses with if and when. What do you take when you have a cold?
I don't take anything when I have a cold. When I have a cold, I don't take anything. What do you do if you get a really bad cold? I drink hot vinegar with honey if I get a really bad cold. If I get a really bad cold, I drink hot vinegar with honey.
All right, one more time, please.
Page 25. 4. Grammar. Joining clauses with if and when. What do you take when you have a cold?
I don't take anything when I have a cold. When I have a cold, I don't take anything. What do you do if you get a really bad cold? I drink hot vinegar with honey if I get a really bad cold. If I get a really bad cold, I drink hot vinegar with honey.
All right, and this is about the grammar. Remember, we are linking or we are joining classes. See? What do you take is one class. What do you take? It's incomplete. So we need another class, right? We have two. So the connector or the conjunction is, in this case, is when. What do you take when you have a cold? I don't take anything. This is one class. The connector is when. What I don't take anything when I have a cold. Here, the conjunction is at the beginning, when. In this case, when. We're not using when like a question, as a question. When I have a cold, comma, I don't take anything. In this one, we make first a question. What do you do if you get usually bad cold? If you get a really bad cold? I drink hot vinegar with honey if I get a really bad cold. Same to clauses. In this case, the conjunction or connector is if. I drink hot vinegar with honey, one clause, I get a really bad cold. I drink hot vinegar with honey if I get a really bad cold. Saying if I get a really bad cold, comma, the comma is very important here in this option. I drink hot vinegar with honey. I don't know if it's clear for you, Kathy, the grammar. We're just joining clauses. Remember, when we have two clauses, you need connectors, conjunctions. In this case, we are doing when and if.
Yes, teacher, is clear.
All right. I was explaining to you before about these words like feel run down, feel sore, get a toothache, get an upset stomach, have a bad cough, have a headache, have a runny nose, have a sore throat. Number one is the example. We are going to complete with if, you, with any of these. For example, do you gargle salt water? You know, gargle. You can tell gargle salt water when you try to put water in your mouth and rinse it. That's gargle. Do you gargle salt water if you have a sore throat? Okay, what would you do in number two?
If you
You have here the options.
get an if you get an upset stomach after a meal, do you drink stomach?
Stomach. No stomach.
Stomach?
No H. Stomach.
Oh, stomach. If you get an upset stomach after a meal, do you drink herbal tea?
Yes, correct. If you get an upset stomach after a meal, do you drink herbal tea? Number three, Alejandra is not back yet, right? Number three, what do you do?
What do you do if you feel sore? Sore, what's the meaning of sore?
Sore, to feel sore, it's when you are like, you have some pains in your body. That's what I mentioned before. You feel like you were hit by someone? Adolorido? Feel sore? And feel run down, the one upstairs, the one above is when you are lacking energy, you feel weak, you're tired.
Okay. What do you do when you feel run down?
Yes, did you feel run down? Good, excellent. Number 4.
Mm, do you stretch? Um,
Look at the options you have here.
do you stretch? Feel sore?
Yes,
Or
that's an example when you go to the gym, right? You feel sore. The first days you feel sore. Okay, number 5, please.
um, if you have a running noise,
Mhm.
noise, nose.
Okay, if you running, sudden running nose. If you have a running nose, and itchy eyes, do you take allergy medicine? All right, number 6.
If you get a tooth shake, dog shake,
If you get a toothache, tooth ache, ache. Uh,
okay,
Imagine the DH, not here, ache. The letter A sounds like A, like the vowel, ache. So this
okay,
one sounds like ache. If you get a
okay.
toothache, do you go to the dentist right away? Okay. Number 7.
Mm, what do you do if you have a bad cold?
Yes, if you do. What do you do if you have a bad cold? Okay. The last one.
What do you do if you have a head headache?
Headache.
Headache.
Yes. Like no headache. Headache.
Headache.
Yes. Headache. Yes, remember, even though you see the sound like this, ache, headache, comes from this word, ache. That's the word you see at the beginning, remember? Aches, aches and pains. We use a when we have, for example, stomach ache, toothache, um, we have headaches, we have backache, problemas de espalda, cuando te duele. All are like pains, you know. So we use ache at the end, like ankle cake, uh, legs cake. The same, you can do the same with in the answers. Questions and answers, you can use when. Like for example, do you gargle salt water if you have a sore throat? Actually, when I have a sore throat, I drink hot tea with honey. Do you take anything? That is an example like this. Do you drink, for example, number 2, do you drink herbal tea when you have a sore throat? When you have a sore throat, sorry, when you have an upset stomach, do you drink herbal tea? Or do you drink herbal tea when you get an upset stomach? Remember, if can be used with if or when. Either one in this kind of sentence. When you feel run down, what do you do? Or what do you do when you feel run down and you have no energy? Okay, let's try to do it just oral. Can you do number 2? Well, let's say number 1. Do you gargle salt water if you have a sore throat?
No, I don't.
No, you need to replace if for when. When you have a sore throat, do you gargle salt water? Or do you gargle salt water when you have a sore throat?
Okay.
Just replace if.
No. Permítame. Um, do you no when you get a upset stomach after meal, do you drink herbal tea?
Yes. Okay, number 3.
What do you do when you feel run down and you have no energy?
Yes. Continue.
Do you stretch when you feel sore after exercise?
After exercising. Yes, let's continue.
And after exercise. Se está yendo como internet. When you have a running nose and each eyes,
Itchy eyes. Itchy eyes.
itchy eyes, do you take allergy medicine?
Allergy. Yeah, the stress is in the A. Allergy. It's the first
Allergy.
word. Allergy. Okay.
Allergy.
Okay.
When you get a tooth check,
Tooth.
do you go to the dentist? Tooth.
Remember, you have to pronounce first word tooth. It's a compound word. Es compuesta, ¿verdad? Toothache. Toothache. Toothache.
Toothedge.
Yes. Ache. No lleva H, no lleva Che. Bueno, la Che ya no existe. CH. Toothache.
Toothache.
The same with the others, like headache. Headache.
Headache.
Yes.
Okay.
Toothache. Ache. Ache.
Okay.
Even though you see 1, 2, 3, 4 letters. Ache. Ache. It's a deep tongue with a sound, with a consonant. Ache. The number 7.
What do you do when you have a bad cold? Do you suck on a cold drop?
Yes.
What do you do when you have a headache? Do you take aspirin?
Aspirin? Yes. Okay, any questions about any of these words, vocabulary?
No, teacher.
No, okay. You understand suck on, right? Did you suck on a cough drop?
Una como pastilla de la garganta, ¿no?
Yeah, but suck on.
Chupar?
Right, something like that. All right. Okay, this, as I said before, this lesson is kind of short. Do you have any questions? So we can go on to the next one. Still have a few more minutes. Really? How come? Okay, do you understand these expressions? Really? How come? Those expressions are very common in conversations, right? When you are trying to get, when you want to follow up a conversation, let's say, you make these kind of expressions, like really, how come? And then you keep giving more information. Oh, oh.